Hey man, yeah, it's been a while. Have you been? Damn, that sounds tough, bro. But if it helps, you know, I've known you for quite a while now, practically your whole life, right? And every time that I saw you facing any problems, any hurdles or any challenges in front of you, no matter how impossible it may seem, no matter how challenging it may seem, for us, we saw you as someone who always triumph over it. You always get out of it the victor. Like, cause even us, even me, every time that I saw you facing those kind of problems, I always thought, like, no way, right? No way that he's going through with this. No way he's going to be okay after this. But here we are. You've always come out of it the victor. And I know you will always have something in you that will help you overcome it. I mean, everybody does, right? At some point in their life, they fail. But a lot of people didn't stop pursuing what they want, pursuing that's something that they've been striving for quite a long time now. And that failure didn't stop them. And it only set them up for success, right? They learned something from it. That failure taught them something that helped them get towards that success that they've been striving for. That's something that they've been striving for. I mean, of course, always have your back, man. Yo, what's up? I don't know if that made sense. I don't know if you got the message out of that skit. I don't know if you can call it skit, but let's just call it a role play or something like that. I don't know. I just had that kind of video at the start of this kind of sharing or having a conversation to have you or to give you a different perspective and to give you a different outlook out of the things that I'm saying or out of the things that I will say towards the video that will kind of explain it in a way and for you to have a general idea of what I'm trying to say or what I'm trying to relay as a message to you, as a viewer. And I just hope you got to enjoy it in a way or even got the message out of it in some sense. And I hope it's not that cringe or anything like that. I don't usually do that kind of stuff, but I thought it will help in a way to explain, the kind of videos that I make, the message that I will say throughout the video. And I don't know, man. I just hope you didn't cringe that much from it. Anyway, so the thing or the message that I want to relay in this video now is how hard it is to do something without motivation. Have you ever asked that question to yourself? Have you ever thought how hard it is to do something without motivation, without someone motivating you? And I know everyone experience that at some point in their life wherein they don't want to do something because they don't have the motivation to do it. They don't want to do it because they just don't like to do it. They don't have the drive and motivation to complete a task, to do an errand, to do something to finish your homework, to do your work, to give your 100% to it. And it's okay, it's normal in a way, I think, if you think about it, because a lot of people experience it. So I guess we can call it normal. And it's something that a lot of people struggle, A lot of people struggle to face it, to have the motivation to do something, not just you. A lot of us do. And you're not alone in that. And if you can see in the video, if you looked at it, it can be a sad thing to look at or an inspiring thing to look at. Because it depends on how you look at it, right? Because if you're someone looking at it in a different or in a negative light, you will see it as something sad. Because if you think about it that way, you're thinking that no one's motivating you. It's sad to see that you're the only one motivating yourself. You have no one around you to do that. It's sad, right? In a way, because you only have yourself in that sense or in that manner if you look at it that way. But on the other end of that spectrum, we have people who will or who might think that it's inspiring, it's something to be proud of. That you don't need someone to motivate you to do something, that you don't need someone or somebody to pick you up when you're down, right? And not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people can fully and authentically say to themselves that they only have themselves and they're satisfied with that, And again, if you look at it that way, it's also something good, right? It's in a different side, but at the same coin. Did that make sense? I don't know. I just hope you got that message. I might not be qualified nor competent enough to say this kind of things, nor knowledgeable about the technical sides of things when it comes to motivation, when it comes to its psychological side. And the things that I'm just trying to say, the things that I'm relaying are opinions, my thoughts. And it's something that you can agree on and disagree on. It depends on how you look at it. If it's something that goes against your own belief, of course, you're free to disagree, right? We have our own free decision to do that, our own free will to choose. And of course, I'd understand if you disagree with this kind of things. Of course, it's just my opinion. And again, when it comes to motivation, when it comes to doing something, how hard it is to do something without motivation, it's something a lot of people, or actually everyone, has gone through or is going through, right? Whether it is personal, whether it involves other group of people, but most of the time it involves only you, right? For example, with different tasks, with different assignments, your work, your errands that need to be done, the different responsibilities that you have, they are hard to do without motivation, but you still do them, right? You still push yourself to do them even without motivation, and that's called discipline. Motivation versus discipline. And that's something I want to talk about more, but I'm gonna put that in a separate video because it's much broader and much essential in a way, right? So I want it to be in a separate video to have a dedicated, role play again. Let's see if I if I'll do that again, but we'll see. Anyway, the main thing that I want to say is it's hard to do something or anything at all without motivation, but we still push ourselves to do it because we have to do it. We must do it. Even how hard it may seem, even how impossible it may seem to do, we just have to do it because that's what we're supposed to do. And it's not something that you should beat yourself up for it because all of us, if not, as in all of us, go through the same thing. Maybe not in the same circumstances, maybe not in the same upbringing, maybe not in the same resources, but in the motivational side, everyone goes through that. It's something that you shouldn't be ashamed of. That you shouldn't be afraid to admit to yourself that it's okay to not be motivated to do something. That doesn't mean that you don't like to do it per se, but it's just that at that point in time, at that point, or in that moment, you just don't have the drive or motivation to do it. And whether you motivate yourself to do it or whether someone does it for you, doesn't really matter, right? When you think about it, doesn't really matter because as long as you get motivated to do something, it will help you greatly, right? It will greatly affect your performance at it, how you deal with it. It will greatly affect that. And if you're someone who motivates himself or herself to do things, who picks himself up or herself up, I'm proud of you. You're strong. And I admire you for doing that. And I applaud you, of course. And that's about it. I hope I just made sense. I hope I got my message across. I hope you got my point in a way. I don't even know. Yeah, that's about it. Stay awesome.